Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th episode of Coty's Kingdom. Today we're starting off down in the villager market that we built in the last episode. So if you guys didn't see the last episode, this is pretty much what we got done. We have a lot of villagers to trade with, where we can start earning our emeralds and all that. And in between episodes, I've been doing quite a lot of farming, as you can see. So I thought we'd start off by just trading some of these pumpkins to this guy. I found out that you can do about 6 trades before he locks, but sometimes he resets during the day, sometimes he doesn't. Overall, I think we're going to need more farmers at some point so that we can just keep spam trading emeralds everywhere. Because, yeah, 18 emeralds so far. That's not too bad. Now, in the last episode, guys, I did mention that I had some recording issues, and it hasn't been fixed yet. So, I've already set up the enchantment table and enchanted my tools. As you can see, we got a fortune mending pickaxe. I bought the mending book from the villager that sells mending. Then I got myself a looting 2 sword, which I had to put unbreaking on, and a normal silk touch pickaxe, which I think I put both silk touch and unbreaking on it because it just came with nothing. Actually, no, I only put silk touch on that, and then I put unbreaking on the shovel. But yeah, so I spent all my levels on enchanting, and this is just a temporary kind of like setup for it. But it made me realize that bookshelves are really good for decorating. If we look, like, the room is so much nicer with some books and such in it. So I'm gonna have to experiment with that at some point. But we're not gonna be working on the enchantment place in this episode. First of all, I'm gonna be taking down this. I've kind of just been blocking off the entrance to the villager market whenever I'm not here because still haven't worked on the proper entrance for the base. I find that funny that. That's probably the last thing I'm gonna do. I don't know why. I keep saying I should get it done, but I just haven't. So yeah, I just block it off instead so that zombies don't just randomly walk in. And I keep noticing that just more and more torches appearing on the floor from me just thinking, oh, it's too dark here. So at some point, we're just going to have to do a lot of grinding in terms of getting more of this carpet. But yeah, in today's episode, I kind of want to work on starting up some automation. I really don't want to farm melons anymore manually because it takes so long to do. I've literally spent hours farming, and I also did pumpkin, sugarcane, and I guess we could trade some wheat with this guy. How much have we got? 18. I think yeah, he's a 19 trade. That sucks. But yeah, so I want to work on getting a lot more emeralds so that we can keep buying stuff. I also went ahead and maxed out these guys, so we got an Aqua Affinity book as well as name tag trades. I'm actually surprised that the Infinity trade has gone all the way down to 3 emeralds. I did look up what the cause of this is in between episodes, and I also had a wonderful comment from Robert HD Potatoes. And yeah, it's just whenever you trade with them, they seem to like you more. The reputation in the village goes up, and it can go from -15 all the way up to 10. And if it's at 10, well, I mean, you're gonna end up being able to buy an Infinity book for 3 emeralds or something like that. You can't actually check what your number is, so I'm hoping this is the lowest, because it would be kind of overpowered if it went even further down. Along with that, I haven't really traded too much besides that. I still don't know if I want to swap this guy out, because we do need more farmers, but I'm also thinking of just finding another village and just converting them. But I want to start off by I need to unlock a trade, aka upgrade him, and it's so expensive in the first levels, because as you can see, they give so little XP and they cost so much. But the Silk Touch book has gone down, which I'm surprised about. Whilst the mending one hasn't, and I've traded more with this guy. Yeah, we're just gonna buy as many bookshelves as we can, and as you can see, the XP bar is barely filling up. And I think this is the system that should be changed, because if you do the lower down the traits are, the more XP they give, with the exception of the last one from the master rank, because then you can't actually gain XP anymore. But yeah, so that means if you do the glass trade, you're gonna level them up super fast. But the paper trade, for instance, is like giving no XP. And even this one where he wants 44 emeralds, it gives barely any experience, which is why I haven't bought it yet. But I think it's just insane that you can buy glass for 1 emerald and just level them up. That's how I did it, because it's so cheap. Same goes with every other villager. Like, if you buy this stew, it's gonna give you so much XP, and as well as the golden carrots and all that. But that's kind of why I've just been trying to farm some emeralds so we can level up these guys. I'm going to put this in here for now. And yeah, so in between episodes, I did do some quartz mining. I actually filled up a whole inventory. It was in the episode I originally recorded, but yeah, we don't have that anymore. But this is all the quartz we got, and I have gone ahead and crafted up observer blocks, 2 stacks that I've put down in that area down there, because that's where we're going to be setting up the farm today. But one thing I want to do is add a suggestion to the board. It's going to be a really simple one, but it's still also something that we can turn into a big project. Build a mob farm. It's a really simple suggestion from Landon Hanley. Thank you so much. But it's also something that we can do a lot with. Because in 1.14, for instance, there's the new Withering Rose, or the Wither Rose, which I think drops from when a Wither kills a monster. So it's going to be kind of hard to obtain, but from what I know, you can actually farm it. And what it does is simply just damage you when you stand in it. But mobs can actually spawn on it, so I'm thinking we could do some kind of big farm with that. If not, like any other traditional mob farm, we might even do multiple, would be really, really good, so that we can start getting a lot of other stuff, because as you can see, my mob drops chest is not that good. Like, it's got... Oh, I have 2 strength. In order to get started with the farm down here, I have dug out this place and kind of laid it out already. We've got our collection area here, where I've just set up some hoppers behind. This is just going to be the chest for now. I might even do a sorting system at some point, but for now, I don't think I have the... I do have the materials available. We would just need 2 more hopper lines, but I kind of don't want to spend all my iron on it. But yeah, we're going to work on a melon/pumpkin farm today, and the reason why we're doing both is simply just because it's way more efficient to alternate between them. But ideally, right now, I don't actually need a pumpkin farm because, yeah, we don't have a pumpkin trade. So the design we're going to be building is showcased by Ilmango. It's probably not his farm design, I'm not sure, because a lot of times he just kind of showcases things that him and some of his friends has made up. But I saw it on his channel, and it's something that is really, really simple, and I actually forgot something for it. There you go. You need just observers, pistons, and note blocks. That's all. You don't actually... It's not too complicated, but essentially, whenever the pumpkin stem grows, there's a observer block that detects that, and it sends a signal up to a block, and then these note blocks somehow make these pistons be powered downwards and just destroy the pumpkin. But I'm going to alternate between this, and I don't know how to efficiently do this, so I'm just going to do 1 row of each, because if you swap them like this, then you'd end up with 1 row of each. So I have a feeling that that's what it would be. So, yeah, I'm going to leave the center open so that we have enough light, as well as the sides in case I want to expand. Plus, because we're underground, I think these are kind of necessary so that we can actually grow all of these without losing anything. If there's one thing I need to improve on, it's definitely talking and building at the same time. It's just something that I'm really bad at. But yeah, what we're gonna do next is set up all the redstone for this, because I mean, obviously we've planted all the crops, so it's kind of simple. You just hold down shift. I don't actually... Do you need to hold down shift? You don't actually need to hold down shift, and then you just place the observers on top of these small little stems. And then when you come over here, you just kind of look down and just play. You don't do that. Don't fall into holes. Yeah, you just place the piston like that. Hello. I wrote, this trick is the best trick ever. You can push yourself down with the trapdoor. And I was gonna just check if it would be easier to just kind of build a farm like this, because when it comes to placing it inside the farm, it is just horrible. But it looks like doing this is actually making my life easier. So I think what we're gonna do is place up all the observer blocks, and then we can I'll show you guys how I do that to just kind of push myself downwards. It's definitely just gonna speed up the entire process of building this, because yeah, I've built this before, and it takes so long to place in all the pistons because they have to face downwards, and as you can see, you can't stand anywhere and do it. So the fact that we can push ourselves underneath is definitely going to make us save a lot of time doing this. So as you guys can see, I've just placed a block here. I can even use this glowstone here. I come over, place the trapdoor on top of this block, and then you basically go as close to the piston as you can. Right-click the trapdoor, and then it pushes you down. I don't know if this works on Bedrock Edition, but it definitely works on Java. So, as of this update, they might actually fix it. And that's because of the new kind of like mechanics when crouching. So, for instance, if a piston pushes you downwards, it will make you as tall as you essentially are, and just push you down, so you're always crouched. But when you do it like this, then it will just push you into swimming mode, and then you can fit in 1x1 gaps. So that I'm gonna definitely take into use to my advantage and get all these pistons placed really easily. Because yeah, I said I built this once before, and it probably took me 20 minutes or maybe 10 minutes just to place all of the pistons. But as you can see how quickly I did it there, it's I wish I'd known about that before. The next thing we're gonna do is on top of every piston, I'm gonna place a block. I just noticed this is wrong. We don't want it on top of the piston. That's where all the note blocks are gonna go. Instead, what you're gonna do is on top of every piston, place a note block. Now, this means that the farm will be kind of noisy, but you can just stop it by putting a block on top of the note blocks. I have sounds turned off for note blocks, but I might enable it just in case I need it for the future. And I just realized I should have built this in a way where I could actually place all the blocks. So yeah, on top of the observers goes normal blocks so that they detect them and then send the signal over to the note block. So this is pretty much what the farm is. It's kind of done now. Of course, we haven't built all the collection system, for instance, and all that, but that's something we're going to be working on in a second. And I thought I'd just kind of show you guys this whole setup before I didn't just want to just log on and say, here's the automated farm, or skip through it. I thought, hey, let's try and build it together so that you guys can kind of see what I'm going to do. I will expand this farm in the future, but for now, I think this should actually give me enough stuff because I don't really have too many villagers anyway. But yeah, the farm is complete. Obviously, you'll see a lot of the pistons go down whenever these stems are growing. But once they are fully grown, whenever something grows right here and this thing attaches to it, then all the pistons should just get triggered and break it. And then we just need to collect it somehow. So the collection system is just going to be a good old minecart system. I think I did mention that. So again, I'm just going to push myself underneath. As you can see, the way I'm doing the water is just a waterlogged trapdoor, which means we're not going to open that because otherwise we'll end up just flushing the whole place. But yeah, so essentially, I only want one minecart running around this entire track because I feel like it would be way too expensive to do it in other ways. Why am I digging this out? I didn't mean to dig this out. But yeah, so I'm just going to have, as you can see, one minecart running along the entire track, and that is not meant to line up. There it goes. It picked up the stuff, and then we're just going to have a look. Yep, it unloads. It's actually got way more speed than my initial one did, so this is really good. I'm really happy about that. It unloads super fast. Well, it unloads as fast as it can. We can speed up the unloading process by just changing this here into a hopper, but I doubt it would do much because it still needs to go into this hopper here. Or does it? We could actually change that by linking this up here and like that. There you go. I think that's going to make it unload a little faster. It's not going to be too much, but it also means that if it has one item, then it's not even going to go through this and just do it faster, which is really, really good. And if we can speed this up, then that's obviously good. All there's left to do now is to decorate this, make it look a little nicer, because as you can see, this is not good. We got note blocks, pistons, observers, but I think I actually want to kind of display the farm, or even just build like a melon or something in here. I don't know yet. I haven't really thought of how to actually to decorate this, but it looks like there's pumpkins in the system already. So I'm thinking that this guy over here that's actually grown is a pumpkin one. Yeah, it is. So it's working nice and well. Again, we don't have a sorting system for it, but I think that's actually good. I don't think that's anything I'm going to worry about. But yeah, so I said all I have to do now is go gather up some materials and just decorate it. I think we'll wait with expanding it until a later episode, just because I kind of want the episode out today. And yeah, I think this is going to do as well, to be honest. I don't think we need much more than this. It just took a while to kind of get a good feeling of this room in terms of decoration, but I think this is what I want to end up doing. I decided to show the farm and just hide the note blocks, because I think the note blocks is what I was not liking. One thing I do want to do is get some cracked stone brick. I just kind of forgot to smell them up, and yeah, when I get some cracked stone brick and just kind of put some in the wall, maybe just in this wall randomly. But I've made sure that I can easily just break this fence to access the back of this area, because that is kind of necessary. But other than... oh, it was not there. It was here. But other than that, I think this is really good and very different. I put a little tree in, put some grass. I got Silk Touch on my shovel. And then I thought, let's make this a very different part of the cave, just so that it's not all the same. And I really, really, really am liking what I ended up with. I'm going to move that so that the hatch thing here, that's one thing I don't like, so that it doesn't line up with that one. We kind of got like a path going over to the storage area, and this is what I've gotten just whilst building this, and I don't even think all of them have grown, have they? No. As you can see, not even all of these have grown, and it's doing really good, and I completely forgot about the backside. I think that's something I'll do between episodes, just decorate the back of this. I'm thinking maybe do a little bit of landscaping behind it. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do it just now. The farm is doing great. I've now gone ahead and just added a bit of grass around the side. And as you can see, I've also added some glass all the way around it. It's not too noticeable, which was the goal. But that's simply because I noticed that some of the drops were falling out of where the farm is. And obviously we don't want to lose anything. I need to get rid of some torches and do a lot more other stuff. But it's not really too bad. Besides that, I went ahead and added a bit of cracked stone brick. Not too much. And I think that means that this place is done. You can see we've already got almost a stack of pumpkins just from working around this place. I noticed I haven't added too much cobblestone in here, but I don't think that's really needed as of now. Yeah, I don't really think we need to add too much cobblestone around this place because of this big wall. It kind of like looks like an old kind of hidden ruin type of thing, and that's kind of what I went with because of the jungle temple. And I didn't want to use like cobblestone as much as they are, because I don't think cobblestone spammed upon cobblestone is the nicest. I like getting a lot more or different. I like getting different variants of blocks in here and just mixing up the texture of it. And I just noticed we got some stone behind this trapdoor, which is not too good. But besides that, I think this project is pretty good. As you can see, as I did mention, I think I try to go for something very different than what we have in the cave. So I hope that you guys like it. Why did I get a... how do I have a Silk Touch book? I think I might have accidentally bought 2 when I was trying to buy a Silk Touch book. I'm not even sure how long that's been in my inventory for. But yeah, ideally the glowstone in the middle wouldn't be there, so I might move it up 1, just so that it looks a little nicer. But overall, I think this farm is pretty good to go. It's going to produce us with all the stuff that we want, and over time this is going to fill up. But as said, I will expand it in terms of height and so on, so we might even build another layer, either up or down, and then just have a different minecart go into a different unloading station, which we'll just hook up to this as well, just so that we can get even more stuff, because although this looks like a lot, there is not even a stack of melon blocks. So I think it's good though, because as said, this is just what I got from when I was working here. So if I just AFK at the base or something, then we should end up with a lot of pumpkin and melons. I've been letting the farm run as I'm editing this episode because I really do want to get it out today. Usually, by the way, in case you guys didn't know, I get the episodes out around 4 PM GMT. But today it's going to be a little later because of the trouble that I've been having. Plus, I've just been catching up with coursework and just getting the rest of it done. But yeah. As you can see, I've been letting the farm run, and we have got a decent outcome. I still need to sort out my inventory and such, but this is a really good outcome for just being able to, let's say, work on something else and just stand here or be around the base. And then the fact that I can just come over, right click, and you can see it's just filling up with melons without me having to do anything. It's just wonderful. So I'll definitely be expanding this farm, and in the future, we're going to be working with building massive projects. I just don't have the resources for it right now. And I know that I could probably farm for it, but there's one thing that I want to get done before that, and that is probably a slime farm, so we can experiment with flying machines, because that's something I've never done. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I am running out of recording time and just overall time for today. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, then make sure to leave a like. And if you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for the next episode where we're probably going to be doing the sorting system, maybe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. The support has, as per usual, been absolutely insane on the previous episodes. It's wonderful to see you guys liking the series, and I, as always, enjoy reading through all the comments and just knowing the fact that some people really do like the series, because that is the overall goal, just to have fun playing Minecraft. But yeah, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, and goodbye. I hope someone knows that I didn't keep this lantern here.